Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. This is iAllegedly, and I've got a really good one for you today because we're going to talk about the state of limbo that everything is in right now. And so much is happening right now with the economy, so much with real estate, with the stock market, with absolutely everything. And before I get into it, please take a second. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button and share this with everybody. Don't forget, we've got a Patreon channel. If you'd like to join me and get more access to me, you can sign up for Patreon. The link is below. Right now, everything is just in complete and utter limbo right now. We're seeing so much of this with the stock market. We're seeing so much of it with the economy, with the world news, Ukraine, Russia, all that shenanigans. But one thing that I did today was I spoke to my go-to guy for real estate. I spoke to Scott Walters, Realtor, and he's got a channel here on YouTube also. But I really enjoy Scott for a thousand reasons. But the thing about Scott is a good businessman. Scott went through 2008. Scott talks about his own personal story about how he had, bought a house and thought it would never go down, and how he tried to carry a depreciating asset and had to short sell the house. And he is a brilliant realtor. He's got access to different people from around the country that you can buy and sell with Scott. But his knowledge on everything that people are experiencing right now is really second to none. And the one thing that we're seeing right now is, even with everything in flux right now, people right now are still trying to jump into the real estate market, which absolutely floored us. And I had a really detailed conversation with them about this because there's a couple things right now that no one wants to look at. And the elephant in the room right now is the commercial real estate. The commercial real estate right now is just completely up in the air. You've got between here in my house, there are hundreds and hundreds of places that are vacant right now. And you've got office space, you've got retail space. And what is going to happen with this stuff, guys? When is this going to collapse? We're going to see it come just cascading down, and people lose these buildings due to foreclosure and just the utter chaos that's about to happen with the commercial real estate. No one wants to really get into this yet. Now, someone's got to be making a payment on these things. Not every single commercial unit is paid off. And Scott and I went through this today, and the thing that's absolutely fascinating is that no one's dealing with this right now. And the landlords are still, overall, not everybody, but overall, most people are at the position right now that they want fair market value. They want top dollar for these commercial places, and they're not bending on this stuff right now. So with that happening, is that going to continue to happen? Are people going to continue to pay top dollar for real estate right now and commercial places? I don't know how. I don't know how this can continue like this. So, we saw things, and he was talking about different properties that, for example, had a client that bought a piece of property for just over $300,000. It had acreage, it had warehouse space, it had a building on it. And they bought it around 2011, 2012, in that time frame, for just over $300,000. They're looking at selling it right now for over $4 million. Now, that's an incredible increase in price. Now, the crazy thing about this is that the people that paid just over $300,000 for it, the previous sale from the people that lost the property, it was $1.3 million. So are we going to see things like that again? Are you going to see the $1.3 million properties drop to $300,000? Who knows? But you cannot believe that this is just going to continue, keep going up. Now, I get things sent to me from around the country, and I had somebody send me something from Wake County in North Carolina. And the average median house in this area, now it's all relative, because Scott and I were talking about Orange County property, okay, with the beaches and everything, and Santa Barbara property, which they're similar. He's actually in a nicer area than this. So that being said, you've got houses that are over $1 million right now. And people don't want to sit there and rent. People want to, oh, I got to own this house. I got to own this house. And I am telling you, you're going to see people that are going to be completely upside down, because we're seeing areas that are, do not warrant a price like this. Now, Wake County, North Carolina, nice area, but what they're seeing is that houses are at an average price of $434,000. Now, reasonable, okay? Reasonable price, but when that house was recently selling, if we're in the twos, for it to go up double in price, that's a big stretch, guys. So when does it end? And when do people sit there and say, wait, this is too much money, I don't want to spend this kind of money on a house like this? Now, the one thing that we're seeing is that, Morgan Stanley talking about, there should be more stimulus. And Morgan Stanley has said that if there is a Russia problem in Ukraine, that we're going to see the R word, we're going to see recession. And again, guys, if you don't think that we are already in a recession, if you don't think that when the next GDP numbers come out that we're not going to see a technical recession, you are kidding yourself. Everybody, the smartest business people that I know of right now are the people that are actively trying to fix their finances, trying to get out of debt, trying to get rid of things that are expensive. They're not going out and leasing Teslas for $1,600 a month. They're trying to save as much money as possible right now, and that's what people need to be doing right now. I'm really convinced of that. But from talking to Scott, the thing I enjoy about this guy is that this guy walks the walk. He's got multiple streams of income. So if, let's say, real estate tanks and all of a sudden it's illegal tomorrow to buy or sell a house, this guy's fine. This guy has nothing to worry about because he set himself up. And I'm like, that is absolutely, it's just brilliant, okay? But right now, again, warning after warning after warning after warning. We were going to have this great Fed meeting on Monday that was going to have a surprise interest rate increase. And then, Fed President Bostic comes out and, opens their mouth and says that, oh, hey, we've got to do this correctly. And then you get Bullard, who's just the loose cannon, talking about how he's concerned about a recession and he's concerned about proper interest rates. And again, nothing. It's all lip service, guys. And we're all sitting around waiting, worrying for what's going to happen. So, share your thoughts and all this stuff. And again, take a look at Scott's channel, because he's the guy that's been around the block. And again, we talked about friends I know that are in real estate, that I like these people. They're good people, but they're new to the game. They didn't see the last economic downturn. They didn't see 2008 and everything that happened with this. They didn't see short selling and people buying houses. And again, I have friends that bought houses out of a short sale where the people owed $790,000 on a piece of property that they bought for $260,000. So again, you're going to see things like that again someday. When is that going to be? We don't know. But again, trying to avoid the water. Share your thoughts on all this stuff. Am I crazy? Is this just going to end beautifully and we're going to see nothing but, as Scott says, sunshine and rainbows and everything end well? Because I don't think so. I think that we're going to see a crash like we've never seen in our lifetimes. But, as we sit down and wait for all this stuff to happen, is it going to happen? Okay? Is the stock market just going to continue to do what it's doing? Is the Fed going to really taper? This big date that the Fed just came out with, the Fed came out and said that they're going to have a meeting in March, and they're going to start their taper on March 10th. March 10th is the magic date. Now again, guys, why not today? Why not today? Okay? I'm going to paint your house Thursday. Okay? I'm going to quit drinking on Saturday. I mean, come on, guys. What is the point of this? Okay? Why wait? And again, everything is great. We have all these people working. There are, we have almost full employment. And again, who believes this? So, kind of a rant, but I really want to know what you guys think about this, because again, you know, there are people out there that have the money to buy property. Go buy property. Go do what you want to do. And again, this is not to freak people out to say, go sell your house, you're in big trouble. No, because there's people right now that have their house set up in such a way that the payment is affordable, they can afford it to their lifestyle, stay there forever, okay? But again, that's not everybody. So share your thoughts on all this stuff. I got a lot more national news to cover with you guys, craziness and weird stuff in the economy. So let's get into it. Sometimes people's timing is just perfect. And Jan out of Belgium sent me an email today to talk about how outrageous fuel prices were in Belgium, and did a breakdown that was really thorough. And he talked about the per liter price in Belgium. And basically gas in Belgium is $9.07 a gallon in Belgium. That is insane, guys. I will never complain about my gas prices again. Now, California, they just talked about this because the average price now is $4.67. It's gone up 7 cents in the last week and a half. So, you know, a lot, guys. It's continuing to go up. Now, one thing that we also saw was in New Zealand, we're seeing that housing starts, housing sales are dropping 2% in January in New Zealand. This is a worldwide problem, guys, because you're seeing the real estate market completely change around the globe. And you can say, oh, it's January, things taper, things slow down. Birds are flying all over the place. It's kind of cool. But that's not normal, guys. So you're seeing that. You know, Peter Schiff came out also, and you know, Peter Schiff's always been complaining about the end of the world. It's going to happen soon, and it's going to drop off, and we're going to see all these massive problems. But his new thing is hyperinflation, and nothing that's happening right now is going to stop the hyperinflation that we're going to experience right now. And I believe this, guys. I keep seeing everybody send me stories about the stagflation that we're experiencing, which is the high unemployment, high inflation, and low demand. That's stagflation, guys. And that's what we're living through right now. Now, you know, as people go out to restaurants and you see smaller and smaller purchases, we're seeing this more and more all around us. Every industry is being affected by this right now. One thing that's interesting is that we keep hearing more and more from Morgan Stanley right now. Morgan Stanley came out and they're talking about how the amount of interest rate increases that it would take to slow down inflation is something that will not happen and we will not see. And again, no one's giving us the magic. It needs to be at 5%, it needs to be at 4%. No one's doing that. They're just saying that the Fed won't be able to do anything to control it. So again, if you believe the Peter Schiff thing that the end of the world is coming when it comes to inflation and we're going to have $20 loaves of bread soon, get ready. Because, you know, I mean, it's going to happen where we're going to see things become to where they cannot be affordable at all for the average person. And we're seeing this with fuel, heating oil, natural gas inside the houses are just exploding in price right now. Now, one thing that's fascinating is the airline numbers just came out for 2021, and the airline industry is patting themselves in the back because they, in the United States, flew over 600 million people on the airlines. Bravo, yeah. Okay, it's up over 50% from 2020, where they did just over 300 million. But here's the thing, when you compare it to 2019, the airline industry is 245 million less people flew in 2021 than flew in 2020. Will we get back to that? Now, think about this. We gave these people $40 billion to fix that industry, and they didn't, okay? I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm not enticed to go fly right now. So there's that. The other thing is the unemployment there is so much rampant crime that happened in the unemployment, and the majority of it was right here in California. And these stories, I got 2 great stories for you that are absolutely insane. There's a guy from New Jersey that was indicted. And again, a guy in New Jersey getting California unemployment. How is that even possible? Okay? I help people get this unemployment for the self-employed unemployment, for friends that had businesses, and just the documentation was incredible for these people to get it. So this guy in New Jersey had hundreds of people that he had taken advantage of the system, and again, this guy is now indicted and he's in huge trouble. But the one that really got me was there is a man who had 166 individual IDs, 166. And this guy went out and filed for unemployment and got it 166 times over, okay? So between that, and there's also a new story that just got announced here in California today, where the prisoners inside the prison, these people went out and signed up for unemployment, and they got it. And it's absolutely crazy that felons, the guy's sitting there in prison for murder, and he's getting self-employed unemployment, okay? And I'm not laughing about that. I'm laughing about, you know, just how preposterous this is, okay? So I had a woman write me, and this one was sad. She was like, hey, Dan, I'm going to follow your advice, and I'm going to go out. I want to get out of the house. So she was on unemployment, and she reached out during the census a year and a half ago, and well, come work for the census, meet people, be around people, count stuff, come to an office, hang out. She does this. She did it for 12 hours, guys, 12 hours. And they canceled her unemployment because she got a job for 12 hours. So again, absolutely criminal, absolutely awful that she experienced this. But again, she couldn't get it, but you got some jackass that got 166 IDs and he's out fleecing America and our tax dollar. So there's that. Now, the other thing that people have written me a lot about lately is grants. The grants that are out there are leftover money, guys, from the program. If you have already applied for an EIDL loan, the Economic Injury Disaster Loan, and you were denied for whatever reason, you can go back to the well one more time, okay? If you got the loan, you can go back one more time. There are no more PPP loans right now. Those are done. The money's been done since August of last year, okay? So, again, guys, search the county that you live in. Search your industry. Search the state that you're in. California's got a bunch of leftover money. And again, what they're requiring is that the business be open and legitimate, but they're not giving a specific date. They're just requesting that you have certain things to make it so that you can get this money. So share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys. I just think it's, you know, utter chaos that we're waiting for right now to happen. And again, Morgan Stanley again, to bring them up. They're saying that if anything happens in Russia, we're going to have a recession. And again, we already are in a recession, guys. I'm convinced of that. I think we're going to have a massive depression if Russia goes down in any way, shape, or form. The energy prices will be absolutely through the roof. Now, one thing that came out of the emergency Fed meeting yesterday was that James Bullard, the president of the St. Louis Fed, he said we need to raise interest rates by 1 full percentage point between now and July 1st. Esther George, who is the Kansas City Fed president, she said, no, we need a much more gradual approach. Now, guys, if you haven't figured this out, there's no agreement. There's no agreement on tapering. And I'm telling you this right now, you could realistically see interest rates not get raised or get raised at such a small amount in March that it's going to do nothing. This is not going to curb inflation. I believe the Peter Schiff nightmare scenario that we're going to see hyperinflation and things just continue to spike through the roof. So share your thoughts on this stuff, because I don't think they're going to do anything. And 1% by July, what's that going to do? Seriously, do you think that's enough? Because I don't. I think it's got to be 4 or 5%, and we need to see it done yesterday. So share your thoughts on all this stuff. One more thing about fuel prices that's absolutely crazy is, now remember, inflation's at 7%, but fuel has gone up around the country 30% in a year. So it's only a 7.5% inflation, but you've seen a 30% price increase for the gas that you're putting in your car to drive your family around. Now, one thing that happened and got announced in Denver, and you're going to start seeing more things like this, is that the city of Denver wants to get people back into retail. So what they're doing is they're giving away free retail locations. They're giving away 5 free retail locations worth $20,000 a piece, where if you're in the Denver area, you could set up a pop-up shop and you could sell your dresses, your clothes, your food, whatever, out of Denver. Now, again, Dan, I don't live in Denver. I'm in Pennsylvania. Look at this. Look at the county that you're in and search for programs like this, because that's the thing that people don't do, is they think, oh, this is not in my area. It has nothing to do with me. It won't affect me. They want people to shop this way. And again, free rent. Why not take advantage of that? I mean, someone's going to get this, and it's going to benefit somebody in the Denver area. But programs like this are going to come up more and more and more. Have a plan. You know, one thing I talked about a year ago is people need to get their business information put together. Whether they're going to try to get a personal grant or a business grant, put together everything. You know, your contact information, everything about yourself, all your tax ID information, you know, your personal financial information, all that stuff is relevant, okay? So share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys. I really want to know what you think. I'm going to end this video with these last few stories. And out of Business Insider, this is kind of funny. We're seeing 56 Congress people that could have violated insider trading for stocks and bond purchases. Guys, that's fascinating. None of these people will be charged with, they won't be given a parking ticket, guys, for this stuff. But you and I, it'd be Perp Walk City. So there's that. Share your thoughts on that one, guys. I really want to know what you think about that. The next one is Michael Wilson, another Morgan Stanley story. And Michael Wilson is saying that we're going to experience a polar vortex with the stock market. We're going to see the stock market absolutely crash, and it's going to be cataclysmic. And I love this because they're talking about how they keep lowering the S&P, you know, 4,400, 3,600. They say in the S&P could go even lower than that. So share your thoughts on that. Final story is Microsoft has done a complete about face. Everybody's been working from home at Microsoft, but no longer. As of February 28th, everybody's got to go back to work at Microsoft. And is this a good sign for commercial real estate, guys? Is this the thing that's going to flip it around and get everybody back to work? And working from their office? Because remember, Apple's not doing it. They're not at their offices right now. Is this going to change everything? If Microsoft does it, is everybody else going back? So please, don't forget to hit the like button. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button with the bell notification. Don't forget, I've got a Patreon channel you can sign up for to get more access to me. Please take a look at Scott Walter's Realtor. I'll leave the link below. But again, just a good guy. A brilliant businessman, but really a knowledgeable cat when it comes to real estate, knows his stuff. And again, guys, limbo is what we're in right now. And we're supposed to just wait and see, but use this time wisely to prepare yourself. Make sure your finances are in order. Talk to a tax accountant. Make sure you have everything in order. And don't just show up at your tax accountant. Talk to him first and find out. Make sure you have all your deductions. Make sure you have everything in order so that you're getting the maximum return or you're paying as little as possible. Okay? So onward and upward, guys. I will see you guys very soon. And hope you guys enjoyed this out here. It's really peaceful. It's beautiful. See you guys soon.